What's poppin'? What's poppin'? See, society is going to try to they're going to try to tell you what to do. You got to go this route. You got to go to school for this. You got to work here. You have to get to 401k. You have to retire. You have to make this much. Look, you don't want to put yourself in the box. Always recreate yourself. You know, people, they're going to want to hold you to the past. The mistakes you made in the past, you know, everything you did in the past, people, they're going to want to hold you to that. So you, for yourself, you always want to recreate yourself. You know, you always want to enter a new field. You always want to find new gifts. You always want to unlock new versions of yourself. Because if you stay stuck in the same place, that's where depression comes from. That's where stress comes from. That's where, you know, you start overly drinking. Nothing wrong with drinking, but you start overdoing it. Nothing wrong with smoking weed, but you start overdoing it. Then you start doing other things because you're not recreating yourself. You know, some people, they get stuck and living in the past. Like I said, I used to love reminiscing, love living in the past, but you never want to do that. You want to always be moving forward. You want to always be unlocking, you know, new versions of yourself. And I got some notes, man, because shit about to get real. And it comes a time in every man's life when he has to recreate himself. You know, you're not getting nowhere because you're still doing the same things you did as a teenager. You're still doing the same thing you did in your 20s, in your 30s. Nah. In your 30s, it's the ultimate recreation. You have to do a whole 360. Because that old shit, it ain't gonna work. Chasing girls 24/7, it ain't gonna work. Not making money, it's not gonna work. In your 20s, like I said, your 20s, your early 20s, you don't have to worry about, you know, money-ish. But in your 30s, yeah, it's time to make money. You know, chilling all day, it ain't gonna work. You know, gossiping, it ain't gonna work. So you have to recreate yourself. You have to put yourself through a time machine and look at how you want your future to be, and you have to head to that, you know? And sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, you have to let some people go. And I don't mean you have to like cut them off completely. You just gotta love them from a distance. Sometimes you just gotta leave out a life and start your own life, you know? Because some people, they living through other people's lives, you know? You living through your family member life, but you have to live your life. You have to care about. And then boredom comes, you know? A lot of us now, a lot of people are bored. Everybody's saying they bored, nothing to do. You know why? Because everybody's living through social media. Everybody's living a fake life through social media. It's so much to do outside. You know, you can find new hobbies. You can find new ventures to go out in. You can start traveling. You can sell all the things you got and start traveling, making money. It's, man, look, I was one of those dudes, like, but then I learned it's so many ways to make money. It's so many ways to enjoy life. But social media, the way that you see it on there, you think it's supposed to be all the time. No, sometimes you go be bored. But through boredom is where you find creation. Through boredom is where you find new ideas, you know? And I know everybody ain't gonna hear this message because a lot of people, they forever stuck in that social media world. But to the ones who go listen, yeah, boredom, that's where new ideas come from, you know? And throughout your life, you wanna always be forming new ideas, always wanna be looking at new ways to better yourself, you know? Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you know how plants, they just die because they stop watering them? That's what's gonna happen to you. If you don't keep watering yourself, you're gonna die. You're gonna eventually die, you know? So when boredom strikes, that's when new ideas come, you know? When you alone and you feeling lonely, new ideas come. Use everything to your advantage, you know? And another thing, you can't be out here changing people, trying to change people, you know? People, nah, you can tell them what to do and that's it. If they don't listen, that's up to them. But you can't think you can change everybody and get depressed when you see you can't. No, your main goal is to change yourself slowly. Slowly recreate yourself. Every year you should be recreating yourself. Every year. Because every year you want to be at a new plateau. Like, you don't want to be just talking about it. You don't want to be, oh, Happy New Year. No. Happy New Year to you really means something, because you want to go from here to here. Every year. It's important to recreate yourself. Like, look, I was doing trucking for 8 years. And I eventually said, nope, it's done. I'm done with it. I'm not going back. You know, so I made the weight where I can't go back. And I recreated myself. You know, and it feels so good because I've been driving trucks since I was 23. I'm 32. So now it's a whole new world for me, like the song. It's a whole new world for real. Like, I feel free. I feel like more life. I'm around more people with the stuff that I'm doing. You know, I get to deal with my photography, work on a new book, just everything, man. And that's how you want your life to be. But you don't want to have to wait, you know. You don't want to have to go 10 years in this. No, those days are over. 10 years in career, no. Those days are over. You want to constantly recreate yourself. Strategize, recreate. Strategize, recreate. You know, never stay somewhere too long, because you always growing. As a man, you always growing automatically, whether you know it or not. You know? So you don't want to stay in one place too long, because it's going to affect, when it's time to move on, it's going to affect you, and you're going to be fearful. You know, you're going to be fearful of things. You're going to be like, okay, am I ready for this? You really are ready, but you've been stuck in one spot so long. Okay, that's like a horse, man. Once they break a horse and they tie him up and they untie him, that horse is going to stay there, you know, because that horse been in one spot for too long, you know. But you ever seen a wild horse that's not, you know, broken yet? I'm telling you, that's how you want to be. You never want to get tamed. You never want to let the world, relationships, women, never let nothing tame you. You always want to stay wild, like a wild horse. You know, you want to be like a wild horse, never get tamed, but you want to strategize. You know, never jump without a plan. You know, let's get it.